Hey everybody, let's get started. Mouse, you were covered in just so much viscera.
There is a spirit of rage. I've never felt this way before. It's strange.
Why make his face a spirit or a demon for the heroine?
Because they're sadistic bastards, that's why. And I'm not talking about demons. Everyone must face the harrowing because there's a small chance a mage might become possessed and become an abomination. Thrown to the mercy of a demon when you're at your weakest. For the safety of all.
Well, you're really, fired up about this. Why don't they prepare us better for this fight?
They don't want you prepared. If you can resist it when forced like this, you can do it any time. It's either that or they turn you into a freak. A tranquil who can't be possessed, but who also can't feel anything. Ever. The circle is a prison. You have choices between joining and suffering various deaths of body or spirit. Remember that.
Tell me more about the creature I must face.
There are many creatures in the Fade. Some all fire and rage. Some less so.
Dude, his voice is, different. And also, thanks, that's so helpful. Incredibly vague. Let's just keep moving.
I'm ready if you are.
Let's do this.
And so it comes to me at last. Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul.
It's 2 against 1. You really want to fight us both?
Amusing. Have you not told it of all arrangement, Mouse?
Arrangement?
We
What
don't
the fuck
have
do
an
you mean?
arrangement. Not anymore.
And after
Wait, so there
all
was
those
one?
wonderful meals we have shared, now suddenly the mouse has changed the rules.
I'm not a mouse now. And soon I won't have to hide. I don't need to bargain with you.
We shall see.
As you say.
I'm sick of hiding.
Oh, right. I forgot to equip the staff. That's on me, guys.
It is begun.
Get the fuck out. Get away, get away, get away, get away.
Very well. Come, let us end this!
Damn. Could you, fucking do your job and body this guy? Or at least go for a Whisperith. He's almost dead.
Yes!
Nice.
You did it. You actually did it. When you came,
Just
I hoped that
barely.
maybe you might be able to. But I never really thought any of you were worthy.
Sounds like your help was unusual. Why?
You made me believe in you. You're a true mage. One of the few. The others, they never had a chance. The Templars set them up to fail, like they tried with you. I regret my part in it. But you have shown me that there is hope. You can be so much more than you know.
So what is it that you think you can get from me?
You defeated a demon. You completed your test. With time, you will be a master enchanter with no equal. And maybe there's hope in that for someone as small and as forgotten as me. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in.
Let you in?
Back! Help me back! They killed me, right? Just like all who fail in here, they'll kill you too. Can't you feel the sword at your neck? They believe all magic evil, the Fade evil. Once you are here, you become what they fear.
Like you. Were you ever really an apprentice?
What? Yes, of course. I mean, I think I was. Isn't that enough? It should be enough. For you?
Maybe they are right about you. Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions, careless trust, pride. Keep your wits about you, mage. True tests never end.
That was a fucking pride demon. I got a sneak peek at what those look like. And they're pretty fucking horrific. Slash cool.
Right. Say something, please.
I can't. I'm too busy laying like a fucking plywood board in my bed with my head not even on my pillow. Jowan?
Oh, I'm glad you're all right. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
I'm gonna be a shithead and be like, it was harrowing.
Is that why they don't tell us what it's about? I know I'm not supposed to know, but we're friends. Just a little hint and I'll stop asking, I promise.
I really shouldn't.
So much for friendship. I'll leave you alone then. And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for my harrowing.
Okay. Hey, Jowan, it's not about you. Everybody's supposed to keep this a secret. And anyways, you'll probably be called up any day now.
I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
What are you talking about?
The Tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite of tranquility, or you die. That's what happens.
What does this have to do with you?
If they don't call apprentices to the harrowing, it probably means tranquility. You've seen the Tranquil around the tower, like Owain who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
I'll watch for that the next time I talk to Owain.
He's been made tranquil. I don't know how they do it exactly, but you're cut off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
No emotions? How's that even possible?
The Fade is the dream realm. Maybe it's a side effect of being cut off from the Fade. No dreams, no emotions? Apprentices can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing, but the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak, and sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up.
Where is he?
He said he'd be in his study upstairs. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Did you hear
Okay.
anything? Is she all right? Is she awake?
Why do you care? Are you best friends now?
I'm just curious. That Templar, Cullen, said it was the quickest, cleanest harrowing he'd ever seen. He says she's very talented and very brave.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
I just know I'll be terrified when my
Wow,
time
the
comes.
shade.
Like Wendell was. He'd throw up every day for the next week just thinking about it.
Hey, I'm back. My dog was throwing a little bit of a fit, so I had to entertain her a little bit before I could record again. So yeah, let's talk about what just happened. So like everybody here goes through that unless they like choose not to, and they'll go through the rite of tranquility, which removes their emotions, which it's hard to believe that somebody would choose that, but given like the level of subjugation that mages are under and like how anxiety ridden a lot of them must be, it might be seen as like a fucking mercy, because then, you know, you never have to worry about that being a problem for you. But then again, you'll never worry about anything ever again. As a chronic over worrier, I'd rather just worry. Like, I normally wouldn't wish that on anyone and I wouldn't choose it, but like, if that's the alternative, yeah, I guess I'll fucking go through it.
I heard they suspect someone of dabbling in blood magic. Why would anyone do something so stupid? That's a death sentence. Because blood magic is powerful? You can bend others to your will and force demons into your service.
So
That's
I hear.
what I hear anyway.
Played this game too many times. Yeah, but it was also really interesting that the demon that was our test was not the one that we ended up fighting. It was the one that we were talking to the whole time. And I think that that's a really cool little twist. I love that narratively. I do have one question. How do Templars, like, get demons to show up specifically for a harrowing? Because, like, it's said over and over again that if it takes too long, they'll just kill a mage, an apprentice,
I shall do it.
out of concern that they would become a blood mage. So, like, how do you guarantee that one's gonna show up in the time that you want it to? Do mages just get killed because
It shall be done.
no fucking demon showed up? Or do they just go, oh, that was stressful, guys, let's let me get back to my dorm so I can rest.
Fire with your will. Keep the flames steady. We don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries.
Injuries? But...
Dude,
Steady. It reacts to your emotions. If you panic, it will... No. Breathe. You know, in my experience, flint and tinder works just as well. Maybe we should start with that.
are you... This professor sucks. You should have told him about breathing techniques beforehand if you knew that it reacted to, like, you panicking. That's gotta be a very common reaction to summoning fire, dick. And then you're like, well, maybe we'll use the flint and tinder. Maybe instead of using a nuclear bomb, we'll use a bullet. Fucking asshole.
Do any of you remember what the chantry says about magic?
Magic must serve man, and not rule over him.
Very good. And what do you think that means? Can anyone tell me?
Hey!
Only boys can do magic? What the fuck? Meant to serve man. Got it. Also, his voice sounded so fucking distant. Like, it sounded like the audio setup was the sewer grate where the kid was in Heavy Rain. but like a mile away.
No, that's not what it means.
It means that magic should be used to help people, but we can't use our magic to force people to do what we want.
That's right. We should not abuse the gift the Maker has given us.
Well, that as much as I am annoyed by like how much that phrase is repeated ad nauseum and like seems to get watered down, that is, you guys are doing really good introduction dialogue. Good job. Let me look at this book and then I'll level up because that's probably driving somebody nuts. The Fade. You'd figure I'd get that context, you know, in The Fade. Let's read it. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart, always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade in ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. From Tranquility and the Role of the Fade in Human Culture by First Enchanter Josephus. Tranquility? Okay. So that kind of builds on the, like, Beyond the Veil Spirits and Demon thing where it says, yeah, the thing about it being put through the Dragon Age Rosetta Stone over and over again, but by incompetent people.
Concentrate. Hold the shield. If I had put all my power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated. I am not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. It is a weakness that can be exploited. Should you face a demon with your will wavering so, it would consume you. Is that what you want? No? Then stand firm and know you can resist whatever I throw at you. Again.
Bro, you suck too. You suck so bad I thought it was just a repeat of this guy, but no, I think you fucking beat him a little bit. He wasn't throwing fucking fireballs at people. Dick.
I heard Humbert volunteered to take the Rite of Tranquility. How awful.
That's what I mean. See, like, people volunteer to take the rite in order to avoid the scrutiny and just like ever churning guts that they must be feeling, knowing that like one wrong step could lead to their death. Let's do that level up. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of magic, and we're gonna do one constitution, and it bothers me that it's gonna be an uneven number, but we must move on. Shock. Heal would be a really good idea, actually. Let's just grab that first. That's a no-brainer. Put that one right here. I prefer to put my healing stuff that can actually go Wow. I probably won't need this, but I like the visual separation. I like my healing stuff to be a little bit towards the end. That way I can see them more.
I heard that Cullen's in love with you.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that anyone, like, outright stated the nature of their relationship. That's interesting. We'll talk to him. Sorry for all the burping. I drink too much soda. Mana and the use of magic. Mana is that which defines a mage. It is impossible. It is potential that dwells within a person, but does not always manifest itself. All men are connected to the Fade. We go there to dream, but only those with this potential may draw upon its power. My dog just knocked over the heater with her big ass. She's not fat, she just has a big ass. Mana is, then, a measurement of one's ability to draw power from the Fade, and it is this power that is expended in magic. As in all other things, it has limits. Just as a man has the strength to lift only so much weight and no more, a mage cannot work more magic at one time than his mana allows. If he wishes to work magic that would be beyond his strength, a mage must bolster his mana with lyrium. Without lyrium, it is possible for the reckless to expend their own life force in the working of magic, and occasionally ambitious apprentices injure or even kill themselves by overexertion. From the lectures of First Enchanter Wenceslas. It's important to note that all men are connected to the Fade, we go there to dream. That's actually not true. All human and elven people are connected to the Fade and go there to dream, but dwarves don't. And it is because of that context that dwarves are very, very, very rarely mentioned in circles. There's not a lot of interest in figuring out like why they don't have a connection to the Fade, and that kind of makes sense because a lot of dwarves would not agree to just be tested on by a bunch of fucking humans and elves that want to poke and prod at them. That sounds unpleasant. I don't care who you are. But it also means that there's a lack of understanding, and therefore, like, mages who grow up in the circle of magi are probably quite, like, ignorant towards dwarves simply because they have, like, no information on them. That's really fascinating. Although I could be drawing too much. Maybe they have those books somewhere else and they're just simply too boring for us to read. That is twice as likely. Okay. I also find it interesting that when I was talking to Jowen earlier, I was like, oh, I'll look out for that the next time I talk to Owain. There's no fucking way that I didn't notice before now. We're doing expository dialogue, baby.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Just be ignorant as shit. Well, it won't bother him, so... Are you really a tranquil mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
You actually like being this way?
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
This isn't okay to say to him, because they do have some level of thought, and it's not okay to just verbally abuse somebody just because you don't think that they can understand. That's not okay. But it is an interesting concept to talk about, because, like, I was going to say, devoid of emotions, you know, he says that he prefers it this way and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does, because he doesn't experience negative emotions. And that's probably all he was feeling towards, like, the time that he decided, right up until the time that he decided to take the Rite of Tranquility. But that doesn't mean that that's necessarily, like, the good and just and right thing to do. It's really complicated. There should be a way for mages to just be able to be like, I relinquish my magic and also I want to be a person. But unfortunately, such things are beyond our control. So now Owain is, you know, yeah, he's devoid of all of the things that made him uncomfortable as a person, but now he doesn't care about celebrating birthdays. He doesn't care about telling you that your hair looks nice. He doesn't care about the way he looks in the mirror. Like, he actually is kind of no longer a person. It's still not okay to tell him that. What was becoming tranquil like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
What happened during the Rite of Tranquility?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
Oh, that's another thing. Your will is gone. So not only does he have, like, none of the things that made him him as a person, but he cannot tell people no. He can't tell authority no. Which means, like, every enchanter, because a chanter, you have to earn that as a title. And then all of the senior enchanters, and then every single Templar. Every single Templar can tell this guy what to do. And that has some troubling implications. I should go.
Very well. Goodbye.
That's not likely. Chantry would do something. I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren.
No. I didn't mean to walk this close. Oh, hey. Hey, bud.
Hello. Were you looking for something?
What were you talking to that other mage about?
Oh, the fraternities. Groups of mages with a common agenda. I think we should all be isolationists. Stay in some remote mountain town far away from the mundanes who hate us.
Yeah. No, I agree. I can't just ask him, why don't you just go leave? He wouldn't be allowed, if ever. That's just not... That's just not a question that I would realistically ask. But yeah.
I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could. But you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it?
Exactly. Who are you?
I'm Njal, a mage just like you. I've seen you around, haven't I? I must have.
I can't stay to chat.
All right. Have a good day.
Which is very interesting, because I'm about to chat.
Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night. Good work.
Tell me about the fraternities.
They're found in all circles throughout Thedas. Groups of enchanters who hold similar viewpoints, who band together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a code of conduct that all mages should adhere to. Then there are the Chantry apologists, the Loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money, and the Isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then, of course, there are the Libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
Yeah, let me just expose that. Isn't that a good thing?
And that's what they would say. Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do?
Giving up doesn't help anyone.
An idealist, I see. Well, if you're going to change the world, you should get started immediately. Lots of world to cover.
Yes, sir. Let's read this little codex. Another aspect of circle life is the fraternity. When a mage becomes an enchanter, he may ally himself with the fraternity. There are cliques that cross circle boundaries, mages of common interests and goals who band together to ensure that their voice is heard within the College of Magi in Cumberland. You didn't say that it was specifically Cumberland. I guess that's like where they all, like, all of their representatives gather. The largest fraternities currently are the Loyalists, who advocate loyalty and obedience to the Chantry, the Equitarians, who advocate temperance and follow a distinct code of conduct which they believe all mages should hold themselves to, the Libertarians, a growing fraternity publicly maintaining greater power for the circles but secretly advocating for a complete split from the Chantry, a dangerous opinion, naturally. Yeah, oh god, it's complicated. It's some combination right here. It's interesting that he doesn't talk about, or that it doesn't talk about the moderates, which are probably a combination of the Equitarians and the Libertarians. The Isolationists, a small group that advocates withdrawing to remote territories in order to avoid conflicts with the general populace. That's not... Okay, I don't think that that's like an actual political party. That's just a... Because these people I don't think would be represented. They don't want anything to do with the circle. They want to be left alone. And I relate, but like it's just not going to go very far. And then the Lucrosians, who maintain that the circle must do what is profitable first and foremost. They prioritize the accumulation of wealth with the gaining of political influence a close second. Oof. So far, an alliance between the Loyalists and Equitarians has prevented the Libertarians from gaining much headway. Oh, interesting. So it's actually Loyalists, these guys. But there are signs that the Equitarians may throw their support in with the Libertarians. There you go. If that happens, many mages predict that it will come to civil war among the circles. From The Circle of Magi, A History by First Enchanter Josephus.
As you say.
Yes. More... I almost said more logic. More fucking lore. Let's do it. The Four Schools of Magic, Entropy. To you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. Threnodies 5-7. The second of the two schools of matter, entropy is the opposing force of creation. For this reason, it is often called the school of negation. Nothing lives without death. Time inevitably brings an end to all things in the material world, and yet in this ending is the seed of a beginning. A river may flood its banks, causing havoc, but bring new life to its floodplain. The fire that burns a forest ushers in new growth. And so it is with entropic magic that we manipulate the forces of erosion, decay, and destruction to create anew. From the Four Schools, a treatise by First Enchanter Josephus. It would be really nice to meet this person. That's fascinating to me, because that's not just like, that doesn't just apply to magic. That applies to just like life. When I was reading The Fire That Burns a Forest Ushers in New Growth, I was thinking about like controlled burning and the fact that like it is a native practice and we've adopted it for good reasons, to, you know, strategically burn an area of vegetation because it's like overgrown or it's too dry, whatever, in order to, you know, clear that area and create, well, it helps like create, what's the phrase? It adds nutrition to the soil. plants actually love ash, given that it's from organic matter. But yeah. Senior Enchanter Sweeney.
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Are you new to the circle?
You might remember me as an apprentice.
I'm sorry. There are so many of you, and I get confused. Not to mention, these old eyes are starting to go.
Wow. I could just be so fucking mean. Starting? I'd say they've already gone. Everybody makes mistakes.
You're too kind.
Everybody has those days.
I'm old and about to fall apart. Nothing in the world can fix that.
If I say magic could, that's gonna bring open a discussion about blood magic, I think. Because, like, to my knowledge, blood magic is the only thing that you can use in order to affect the natural order of, like, human life. You know, yeah, you can bend people to your will, but you could probably also, like, do things to yourself that improve you. Such as, you know, reversing or resisting aging. If you say so.
Anyway, did you need something?
I just wanted to chat, actually.
I'm not good at talking. Too much chatter makes my head throb. Don't you have lessons to get to? Shoo!
Okay, no need to shoo me like I'm an annoying puppy. Like, we were having a perfectly pleasant conversation. You could have just, like, left it at, I'm not good at chatter. I would have understood. Dick. Everybody's being mean to me. Hello?
Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm sorry. I'm terribly busy right now. I have to prepare the room before the Grey Warden is done at his meeting with Irving.
There's a Grey Warden here?
Yes, Duncan his name is. He must be here to talk to Irving about something important. You know, I almost became a Grey Warden once.
Really?
There were several of us chosen, though the Grey Wardens only wanted one recruit. They only ever have one mage, you see. I think they thought I was the best candidate, but I was young and foolish, and I said I wasn't interested. They picked someone else instead, and that was that. I've regretted it ever since. Oh well, I should get back to my work.
Wow. I feel changed as a result of talking to you. I'm sorry and good luck. The way he so casually was like, yeah, I turned down my live stream and I've been living a shadow of myself ever since. Let me see.
Ah, there you are. You are to be moved out of the apprentices' dormitory, and these are to be your new quarters. The Tranquil will move your belongings this afternoon. Go on, make yourself comfortable.
Sweet. I'm not super comfortable with the fact that the Tranquil are just being used for manual labor. I could move my own shit. I don't have much, clearly. Also, some doors would be great. Could I have a door? Is this the fucking mental hospital? Like, even the mental hospital had a door. I just wasn't allowed to close it. Jesus. You got anything to say?
I heard that you completed the harrowing in record time.
That is insane. That is insane lore to drop on me.
Irving wants to see you. Get going.
Record time. What is record time? I gotta know. What makes me so special? Hey, Cullen.
Oh, hello. I'm glad to see your harrowing went smoothly.
He does have the biggest crush on us. Hello.
They picked me as the Templar to strike the killing blow if you became an abomination. It's nothing personal, I swear. I'm just glad you're all right, you know?
Wow, that actually must have been laying, like, pretty heavy on him. The fact that he had to tell us that, like, literally the moment that we said hello. It wasn't enough that he, like, didn't have to go through with it. He had to tell us that, like, he was the one that was responsible for it if he had to. That's really awful, by the way, because, like, it's well known amongst the apprentices that he has a crush on us. So the idea that you would be, like, knowingly charged with putting somebody you fancy to death is really awful. And it was probably a way to try to, like, get to make sure that, like, he's made of sterner stuff as a Templar. He might be a junior member. Would you really have struck me? No. I thought all Templars liked killing mages.
Maybe some, but not me. It's my duty to hunt down apostate mages, but I do so with a heavy heart.
Okay, so not too junior. I shouldn't distract you from your duties.
Oh, you're not distracting? I mean, you are, but, well, you're not. I mean, you can talk to me anytime if you want. Yes. Maybe we can talk another time. You can, come and talk to me anytime you like.
Cute. Cute. We cannot be together. Cute. The power imbalance alone. Cute. Got some blackmail. The hitbox for this is weird. Cardinal rules of magic. Let's open this. You must not be under the misimpression that magic is all powerful. There is a limit, or there are limits, and not even the greatest mages can overcome them. No one, for instance, has found any means of traveling, either over great distances or small ones, beyond putting one foot in front of the other. The immutable nature of the physical world prevents this. So no, you may not simply pop over to Minrathous to borrow a cup of sugar. No, nor may you magic the essay you forgot in the apprentice dormitory to your desk. You will simply have to be prepared. Similarly, even when you send your mind to the Fade, your body remains behind. Only once has this barrier been overcome, and reputedly the spell required 2/3 of the lyrium in the Tevinter Imperium, as well as the lifeblood of several hundred slaves. The results were utterly disastrous. Finally, life is finite. A truly great healer may bring somebody back from the very precipice of death when breath and heartbeat have ceased, but the spirit still clings to life. But once the spirit has fled the body, it cannot be recalled. That is no failing of your skills or power. It is simple reality. From the lectures of First Enchanter Wenceslas. A lot of really brilliant and thoughtful people in these books. Let me see if you'll talk.
I'd avoid Leora if I were you. She's been rather testy lately.
Why?
Who knows? I'm not going to ask her why she's irritable. Women hate those kind of questions.
Yeah, they also usually hate being called testy, from my experience. Just an idea.
Ah, it's great to see you. It's always sad when an apprentice fails the harrowing.
And also saying that to a woman is not, oh, it's this, that, oh, fuck you. I know, I have on good authority that this lady is nice. I'm so sorry about that. Can I help you?
You're not going to keep the first enchanter waiting, are you?
Right, I haven't, done that yet. But see, even that, she said it in the most pleasant tone. Maybe you have a problem, sir. Maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. You ever think about that? Hey, bestie.
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker.
I'm gonna stay. I'm just gonna not interrupt her praying. Even though it is a little awkward to just stand here. I wish I had the option to like go sit at a table until I knew that she was done, or like, I don't know, walk off in whatever way. But instead we're gonna stare at her like a creep while she prays.
Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. Blessed is the prophetess, purified by flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition. So let it be. Oh, I didn't see you there.
That's because I was fucking
I recite the
creeping
Maker's
on
blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
Every day? How many times a day? No reason. Are you in trouble?
No, not really. It's just... I don't want to bore you with this.
I mean, this is probably the last time we'll talk for a while, considering the fact that I am no longer an apprentice and you still are. Just a thought. But it's okay. It's all right. I want to know.
It gives me hope that one day the Maker will hear us. That maybe I'll be forgiven and my curse will be lifted.
That's what I feared. There's a difference between praying every day because it brings you closer to God and praying every day because you believe that there's something wrong with you and you need to be fixed. The first is faith and the latter is usually religious OCD. I don't think you're cursed though, bud.
Magic? What else?
You don't like having this power?
Magic causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The Chantry must protect the world from us. Being born with something so terrible must be a punishment. I wish I could be rid of it.
You're not defeating the allegations. You could use your abilities to help people.
That doesn't take magic. If I could, I would dedicate my life to the Chantry, but they would never take me in. Perhaps this is just something I will have to suffer through. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
Normally I'd say that that's a bad thing, but maybe you should be limited a little bit, because otherwise I think you'd be here like literally all day, every day. Maybe they're looking out for you. Oh, there's a book over here. The Right of Annulment. Oh, cool. We just had a sad conversation and we're gonna read some sad codex. In the 83rd year of the Glory Age, one of the mages in the Navarran circle was found practicing forbidden magic. The Templars executed him swiftly, but this brewed discontent among the Navarra circle. The mages made several magical attacks against the Templars, vengeance for the executed mage, but the Knight Commander was unable to track down which were responsible. 3 months later, the mages summoned a demon and turned it loose against their Templar watchers. Demons, however, are not easily controlled. After killing the first wave of Templars who tried to contain it, the demon took possession of one of its summoners. The resulting abomination slaughtered Templars and mages both before escaping into the countryside. The Grand Cleric the Grand Cleric sent a legion of Templars to hunt the fugitive. They killed the abomination a year later, but by that time it had slain 70 people. Jesus. Divine Galatia, responding to the catastrophe in Navarra and hoping to prevent further incidents, granted all of the grand clerics of the Chantry the power to purge a circle entirely if they rule it irredeemable. This rite of annulment has been performed 17 times in the last 700 years. From Of Fires, Circles, and Templars, A History of Magic in the Chantry by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. I have conflicting feelings about the rite of annulment. Collective punishment is not great ever, and that's kind of what that is. Well, Templars will use it as collective punishment, or they'll threaten to use it as collective punishment instead of using it for what it's really made for, like the absolute worst fucking case scenario. There was no word for heaven or earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out. The first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, "In my image I forge you, to you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done." Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending, but their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the Fade, saying, "In my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing." And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh, and placed it apart from the spirits, and spoke to it, saying, "Here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life." And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea, and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men, immutable as the substance of the earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, "To you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the Fade I crafted you, and to the Fade you shall return, each night in dreams, that you may always remember me." And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and sat there. And there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Threnodies 5:1-8. That is like one of the most fundamental teachings of the Chantry, so it's really important that we read that as early on as we did. Oh my god, okay, I'm getting a little tired. There's two more, and then I'm gonna go to the next room, which has my quest marker. We've got this. No, my codex entry. Where's my codex entry? I'm kidding. Okay. The Chant of Light, the Blight. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the fields? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods." In secret they worked magic upon magic, all their power and all their vanity. They turned against the veil until at last it gave way. Above them, a river of light. Before them, the throne of heaven, waiting. Beneath their feet, the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step toward the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth. "And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world." That was the passage that we opened the game on. Violently they were cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none would see them and know them for men. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumont, their taint. Twisted even... excuse me. Their grundle. Twisted. Excuse me. Their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight from Threnodi's 8. Let's see, what am I? What have I got? Knight Commander Gregor. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. Okay, he already said that. I'm not going to repeat that. If you want to survive, you must learn the rules and realize that sometimes sacrifices are necessary. That seems a little dangerous. But what do I know? It's okay to have that policy as long as you, like, have morals that keep that in check. But, like, you should not be saying this to a room full of apprentices. I really hope that you are very careful about who you said this to. And then there's one more creature. Rage Demon. Encountered in the Fade, the true form of a rage demon is a frightening sight. A thing of pure fire, its body seemingly made of amorphous lava, and its eyes 2 pinpricks of baleful light radiating from its core. The abilities of such demons center on the fire of it generates. It burns those who come near, and the most powerful of its kind are able to lash out with bolts of fire and even firestorms that can affect entire areas. Fortunately, even powerful rage demons are less intelligent than most other varieties. Their tactics are simple: attack an enemy on sight with as much force as possible until it perishes. Some rage demons carry over their heat-based ability into possessed hosts, but otherwise the true form is mostly seen outside of the Fade when it's specifically summoned by a mage to do his bidding. Okay, I'm gonna gather this thing about Prophet Andraste, but I am talked out for a second. There's an altar. What do you got? Prophet of Andraste and the founding of the Chantry. Got it. Well, I just made everything else red, so next time I feel like doing a little bit of a lore dump, we'll go ahead and read those.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
It's funny how he's like, how dare you suggest, when that's like the entire Templar, like, code? Like, yeah. That's exactly what you're built for. Why are you denying this? That is your job. Your job is to keep people in the in the circle. All right, what's up, guys?
Nothing concerning you at this moment. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is she.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, then, where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
Nothing that concerns you as of this moment, and the way that he said it is the most gentle way that I've ever heard somebody say, none of your business. That's what that meant. But he said it so gently that I didn't even care. Pleased to meet you.
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
Who are we fighting?
The Darkspawn threat grows in the south. We need all the help we can get.
the Darkspawn. I just read about those. That is so ignorant, but actually in line with what I was talking about earlier about the fact that mages don't really know much about dwarves. They probably, you know, that extends to the world at large. They don't know intricately how everything works if they're particularly sheltered. There are some circle mages that are, like I said last episode, that are trusted to go out and do their own things because the chantry is like, we have brainwashed you enough, you'll come back on your own. Or more likely, they'll let a mage go under the, what is it called? Under the supervision of a Templar. And that's good because you get to like see fresh air and like breathe and like get some sun and all of that kind of stuff. I wonder how many kids in the circle of mage I have rickets. But bad because you have a whole ass Templar paying attention to only you instead of a Templar paying attention to like, I don't know, 5 or 6 people at once. There's a little bit more comfort in knowing that you're one in a group instead of the only Templar's charge. What do you mean?
The power you mages wield is an asset to any army. Your spells are very effective against large groups of mindless darkspawn. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor girl with talk of blights and darkspawn. This is a happy day for her.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the circle of magi.
My phylactery?
You may not remember, but blood was taken from you when you first came to us. This blood is preserved within a phylactery.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the Circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
Oh, right. I forgot I get them now. I was like, why am I still wearing this purple thing? Which, don't get me wrong, I actually prefer the colors, but it's time to upgrade, baby. Upgrades, people, upgrades. I'm glad to be a part of the circle.
It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to rest, or study in the library. The day is yours.
Just the day? Can I have the week? That was stressful. Yeah, can I leave the tower?
Not yet. Remember, the tower's walls protect us as much as they protect others from us.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
Yeah, sure.
The guest quarters are on the east side of this
I already
floor,
know. I already know.
Close to the library.
Because I talked to
Now,
everybody.
If you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Yeah, no shit. All right, let us go. Wasn't it just, yeah, it was all the way. Okay. Oh, shit. I overshot it.
Escorting me.
It did the, like, fucking well effect thing again. Oh, it's like a directional based off of, like, how I'm... Oh, hi, Jowan. Jesus. You scared the shit out of me. Let's talk to you real quick.
Is there something else I can do for you?
What's happening outside the tower?
I imagine you don't leave very often, do you?
Never, in fact. We are permitted to walk the grounds.
And thus a good view of the other side of the lake? It must feel rather isolated way out here. I am not a good source of news, I fear. I am preoccupied with the Darkspawn incursion.
Not only are you preoccupied, you refuse to talk about anything else, which normally would be quite annoying, but that is your job. That is your one job, is to deal with Darkspawn. So I respect it. You're like, no politics. None. I cannot afford to get tripped up, like, must kill the Darkspawn. How many mages have joined the King's army?
When the king sent out the call, the Circle of Ferelden sent only 7 mages to Ostagar. I asked King Kaelin's permission to come and seek a greater commitment from the Circle.
What would be an appropriate number of mages? Genuine question. How many do you need?
I hope to place a mage or 2 within every contingent.
How many contingents do you have?
With just 7. Mages will make all the difference in this battle. The Darkspawn have their own magic, and our resources must exceed theirs.
Will you fight with the king?
Of course, but I am no mage. Mages heal. They can call fire and ice down upon the enemy, and so much more. I sometimes wonder if the Chantry's many laws regarding magic are necessary. Darkspawn are a greater threat than blood mages, even abominations. It takes decades for the world to recover from a blight. I wish the Chantry could see that. We must stop at nothing to defeat the Darkspawn. Listen to me. An old man's rantings can't be very interesting.
And you know that about yourself? Kinda hot. Gonna be honest. As an apprentice, old men talking have defined my life.
Yes, I'm sure they did.
Can you tell me more about Grey Wardens and Darkspawn?
Certainly. I am intimately familiar with these subjects after all.
How intimately? You haven't been getting intimate with the Darkspawn, have you? Because that's really fucked up. Have there been many Darkspawn? Sorry. I tried to just roll past that, but that was not... that was not cool. Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari Wilds in the south. If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
Archdemon?
Darkspawn do attack the surface in ragtag bands, but archdemons are capable of rallying the Darkspawn, turning them into an unstoppable force. A horde of Darkspawn, a veritable army. It is dire news indeed. I fear this is what we will have to face.
I thought the Darkspawn were destroyed in the last blight.
We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Somehow they always come back.
Why were Irving and Gregor arguing about the war?
It is not my place to comment.
Oh, I don't have the ability to persuade people right now, I don't think. Alright, I'd love to talk more, but I have duties to attend to.
Of course. Don't let me keep you.
Let me double check. Can I persuade people? Yeah, no, I can't. I cannot. That's not. It's a good thing that I checked on that before I fucking embarrassed myself. Let's check and see if you have any goodies before Jowan fucking makes it about him again. I'm kidding.
I'm glad I caught up to you. Are you done talking with Irving?
Given the fact that I was just talking to somebody who was not Irving, I think so. Hello again, Jowan.
I need to talk to you. Do you remember what we discussed this morning?
Yeah, of course I do.
We should go somewhere else. I don't feel safe talking here.
Alright, you better not be wasting my time.
It won't take long, I promise.
Look at my dry, wrinkly hands. I need some EOS, I promise.
We should be safe here.
In the chapel. The Templar's favorite haunt.
We can see the door from here. If anyone comes, we'll change the subject.
That is true for, like, every single room here. That doesn't make this room different. Why here? Not that I particularly cared, but, like, that logic doesn't fly with me. That dog don't hunt. Who were you?
A few months ago, I told you that I met a girl. This is Lily.
Wow. This fat cow is your lover? Wow. Absolutely the fuck not. God, there are so many options to just come in swinging with a baseball bat that has nails drilled into it. My condolences, Lily.
Very funny.
Okay, you can't have brought me here to chat about love.
I wish that was the only thing I needed to talk about. Remember I said that I didn't think they wanted to give me my harrowing? I know why. They're going to make me tranquil. They'll take everything that I am from me. My dreams, hopes, fears, my love for Lily. All gone.
See, that's the fucked up thing. You should not be able to make somebody tranquil against their will. If they make that choice, that's their choice. Informed consent is really important. But, like, doing that against somebody... fucking kill me. Kill me, genuinely. And there are a lot of mages who have that opinion. That sounds terrible.
They'll extinguish my humanity. I'll just be a husk, breathing and existing, but not truly living.
Okay, so how did you find out about this, actually?
I saw the document on Gregor's table. It authorized the right on Jowan, and Irving had signed it.
Irving's a decently wise dude. I kind of trust his judgment on this one. Why would they do this to you?
There's a rumor about me. People think I'm a blood mage. They think that making me a circle mage will endanger everyone.
Whoa, I can ask that question? And are they right about that?
Of course not. But it's not safe here for me anymore. I need to escape. I need to destroy my phylactery. Without it, they can't track me down. We need your help. Lily and I can't do this on our own.
Give us your word that you will help, and we will tell you what we intend.
Can't you just explain everything to somebody?
If we tell anyone, Lily will be punished. If you care about what happens to me, help us!
Is that the worst thing that could possibly like, what are they gonna fucking do to her? She's just a chantry sister. Like, she's not even, like, a full sister. She hasn't taken her vows yet. And she, fell in love with a mage and then told him some information that he wasn't supposed to know? Like, yeah, that's kind of big, but it's not world-ending. They would probably just transfer her to another place. And I know that's, like, sucks for you, but, like, it's not as big of a deal as you're making it. All right. I give you my word.
Thank you. We will never forget this.
This had better be a good plan. I don't want to get fucking looped into this shit.
I can get us into the repository, but there is a problem. There are 2 locks on the phylactery chamber door. The first enchanter and knight commander each hold 1 key. But it is just a door. There is power enough in this place to destroy all of Ferelden. What's a door to mages?
What if it's a magical door?
We have no choice. We cannot get our hands on both keys. I once saw a rod of fire melt through a lock. You could get one from the stockroom, but Owain doesn't release such things to apprentices.
I'll go to the stockroom and retrieve it.
We should stay here. One mage at the stockroom will attract less attention than a mage, an apprentice, and an initiate.
Yeah, no shit. Lily, I know you're doing your best, but you're saying such basic shit. Yeah, you guys would only slow me down.
Good luck. Our prayers go with you.
You act like I've never, like, snuck around before or, like, had a secret. You act like I have just no skills when it comes to that. This might not be a popular thing to do, but I'm gonna tattle.
I trust you saw Duncan back to his quarters?
Yes, why did you ask me to do that?
I wanted you to meet Duncan. He's a most honorable man.
I agree. It was my privilege to have met him.
Grey Wardens are peerless warriors who sacrifice all for our sakes. We can learn much from them. Now, did you need something?
Yeah, Jowan says that he's going to be made tranquil.
And how does he know this? I suppose the young initiate he dallies about with revealed it to him. You think I didn't know? I did not become first enchanter by keeping my eyes and ears shut.
See, like, you're kind of making my point for me. Like, they already know. And they're not doing shit. So, like, how bad is the punishment really going to be for Lily? I think Jowan's trying to save his own ass. Yeah, she told him.
Lily should know better than to tell Jowan, though it is difficult to fault her actions.
Agreed.
The Templars and priests should have been more discreet around her.
Agreed.
But there is no point in assigning blame. Jowan knows, and nothing can be done about that.
You're on a roll, old man. Then you should know that Jowan plans to escape the circle.
Oh, interesting. What more do you know?
They're gonna destroy his phylactery.
Yes, she must be helping him. She would know more about the repository than he would. Do you know anything else?
Yeah, Lily told me and I promised to help.
I suspected Lily would tell him of the impending rite if she found out. But I never expected they would have the gall to break into the repository.
I could just be like the ultimate brown noser and just be like, I never liked him. I always thought that he was a bad student and you should get him. You should get him, Professor. Like, no. What are you going to do with him, though?
Reporting him to Gregor and the Templars will accomplish nothing beyond what's already planned. If the Circle must punish one of its own, I will see the Chantry done the same courtesy. Lily will not walk free while my apprentice suffers.
She's just trying to save the man that she loves.
She is also breaking every vow she ever took.
Are you going to report it to Gregor?
If we mention her involvement, the Chantry will say that she was framed. No, she must be caught in the act.
I mean, the Chantry would do the same to us.
If you want to survive, you must learn the rules and realize that sometimes sacrifices are necessary. Jowan will become tranquil, but Lily must also face the consequences of her actions. How did you learn of their plan? Do they trust you?
Yes, and I broke that trust almost immediately. You're welcome. That's why I won't betray them. I already have. They asked me to help them break into the repository.
Perfect. Will you return to them and carry out their scheme? With solid proof of their crime, we can act.
Sure, I'll do as you ask. What's in it for me?
No charge from me is beyond your duty to this Circle, Mage. You must obey this order.
Ugh. Fine.
Go. Convince them you will risk all for their cause. I will be outside the repository with a contingent of Templars. Let them see the mischief into which their initiate led our student. Perform well, and your dedication will be rewarded.
You're a little bit of a sneaky bitch, aren't you? There's a little bit more than meets the eye. Okay, let's see. Spell power penetration, 2 spell power. Wow. Let me just go ahead and grab some mage robes too. Gross. I hate that color scheme. We're off to go back to Jowen to promise him a bunch of stuff that I won't do. Well, actually, I will do, but like... I'm lost. It's probably because I just need to speak to Owain and not those two. Because I already told them that I would help.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
I need a rod of fire.
Rods of fire serve many purposes. Why do you wish to acquire this particular item?
I want to burn things. I need the rod for my research into burning things.
Here is the form, Request for Rod of Fire. Have it signed and dated by a senior enchanter. I will release a rod to you once I have the signed form.
Can't we take anything we need from the stockroom?
It is procedure. I need a senior mage's authorization to release an item. Thank you.
Wow, that thank you was a little sassy. Okay, Owain, I see you. Alright, it's probably a good idea for us to stop this here and get that whole drama sesh started next session. It was really nice recording today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. I hope I managed to get decent ratio of like gameplay and reading codexes. I know there was like a spot of time where all I was doing was talking and I was kind of frustrated with it. So have a good day. Do something nice for yourself. Take a nap or a bath. Eat a sweet treat. Something. You deserve it. Bye.